Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back again. Um, well, I tell you, I was reading. I have an article posted on my website here, as you can see off to the right, about these candidates that the Republican Tea Party teabagger group are getting together to run for office. Apparently, they find most of these people at mental hospitals. Uh, we know that because a lot of them have accepted as what's this gentleman's name from Florida? He accepted Glenn Beck as his personal savior. Apparently, that seems to be the latest thing for these guys to do. We all know Mr. Beck, of course, is a great philosopher, and it doesn't surprise any of us that he appeals to a lot of people. That is, if they're in mental hospitals. But anyway, it's really amazing how the Republican Party seems to have gone totally bonkers. Boy, I never liked those people to begin with. But really, that recently, under George Bush, they really seem to have just slid into a snake pit. I mean, these people are just vile, and it doesn't even bother them. They express the most outrageous opinions, very threatening people. They seem like they're trying to cause a violent revolution, to be honest with you, I think. They certainly are riling up the gun crowd, that's for sure. Of course, those people, they're only ready to shoot at anyone. But, you don't want to rile up the gun crowd because they'll get together and it's just, once you get a turkey shoot going, this could be anybody they shoot at. So they need to be careful about riling up the wrong guys, I think, personally. But anyway, the nut job crowd, the new Republican Party, I call it the Goofy Party. If you look on my website, you'll see where Dick Armey is the head of the new Goofy Party. And they're looking for every mental patient they can find in America to run for office. They're going to back them because they say, look, we believe in having fun. And that's what politics is about. And the crazier the politicians are, the better, it's more fun it is, really. And that seems to be the new Republican Party philosophy. I guess there's something to it. After all, politics is known for its clowns. And so they figure, hey, if we're successful in the clown area, then why not do what you're good at? And get more clowns in office, more idiots, more psychotics, really. Let's call them what they are. It's hard to imagine their masters being any worse than they are, but they obviously are. Otherwise, why would they hire these nut jobs? We have to assume, for example, that Rupert Murdoch is a complete psychotic, because that's who he hires. He hires psychotics, so we assume he's a psychotic. To me, that's just common sense. And the same thing is true with CNN. You got a lot of wackos working there. Boy, if you think about it, most of them are. A lot of CIA guys working there, a lot of Mossad guys working there. I mean, they can't put anybody on screen unless at least one person. If there are two people there, at least one of them will be a Zionist. If there are three people, two of them will be a Zionist. If there are four, three of them will be Zionists. Really, come on. And you guys got it. Look, they're doing, besides selling as crackpot politicians, they're pushing Iran hate and Arab hate and Muslim hate nonstop. And they need to stop claiming that bin Laden pulled the 9/11 job, because even the FBI says he didn't do it. So our own guys, I have to keep making this point because it seems to go in one ear and out the other when people hear this. I want you to sit down, stare straight ahead and count to 10, and now focus on this idea. The FBI, that's an American organization, by the way, says, and they're the guys who investigate these things, say Bin Laden didn't have anything to do with 9/11. But yet the news people say it 10 times a day. It's not every now and then, it's nonstop. They keep saying that, and we say, well, then prove it. They're putting on a trial now in New York. They're very worried about it for all kinds of weird reasons. What I'm worried about, number one, is apparently it appears it's going to be a kangaroo court, even the president. Before you have a trial, if you come out and say, we're going to prove to the world that we have a great justice system, we're going to try these guys and hang them. We're going to show the world that we put people on trial before we hang them. That's one. Number two, really, what this should be is a chance to really investigate the whole 9/11 thing and reveal who did it, both in our country and in Israel. Publicly reveal. Actually, we already know. They actually have all the names, ladies and gentlemen. Every fucking guy involved. All those guys who need to have their names. That's right. We have their name. They're the guys who laid the bombs. We know who they are and where they stayed. We know how they got into the building. We know when they planted the explosives. We know the whole story. We just need to put it in court. Now, let's hope that this trial in New York actually turns out to be a revelation that those guys are innocent. Some set-up clowns by Mossad operatives, CIA operatives, the whole phony war on terror. There's a war on terror, all right, and it's coming out of Washington and MI6 and Israel. Those are the terrorists. You know that, don't you? You're just afraid of those guys because they're dangerous. They're known thugs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, one of these days we're going to take our country back, so don't be fearful in times like this. Show some guts. Stand up for what you believe in. If you don't know what's going on, find out before you express a definite opinion. Okay, find out. Do some research. Google the world, and you can get educated so fast it is pretty amazing. So take advantage of the ease of education. Getting educated today is easier than ever. You don't even have to leave your damn house, as long as you got a computer and the internet. So get educated, find out what's going on, and let's take our country back from all these cheap crooks. Thank you. I'll be back soon.